Hello folks, welcome back to the Spankey Guitar YouTube channel. For those of you that have been following, I'd like to thank you and just welcome you back. And if you'd like to continue watching, I'd encourage to subscribe, leave some comments, tell me what you think about the guitars, and whatever. But before, I thought I'd mention something. My Goldtop, it actually suffered a fracture, and the neck cracked right off actually. And so I was just finished repairing it. It fell down. This one here, it fell off, and the neck it broke right off here at the heel joint. So I just put some new glue on it, and it's back sturdy again. Luckily, it didn't break in the typical spot here behind the headstock. That's where it typically breaks, because the break angle is only well, that one is they should build it to this spec here, because this one is less of an angle. But anyway, before I get to the review, I just thought I'd mention something. I do a little unopening of something here, and just a little thing I figured is worth just kind of interesting. I hope I don't cut the package in here. Okay. So I was on Reverb the other day, and for some reason this thing popped up, and I thought it was interesting, so I figured, maybe I'll get it. So it came in the mail the other day. Oh, this is packaged pretty good. Whoa. And it's just another truss rod cover. So here's a brand new truss rod cover from 2021 Gibson Les Paul Standard. These run for about maybe 14 bucks Canadian, maybe 10 bucks US. I'm not sure what the US price is. This one, the sale of this one says it was from 1980. This is a 1980 brand new truss rod cover, still in the case. Not the case, but still in the original wrapping, unopened. I have another one here, the new one, unopened. And I just thought I'd mention, look at the font of the difference is slightly different. So that if you guys are ever buying an older guitar from the 80s will have this type of style font for a Les Paul Standard, and the newer ones today have this font, more of a slanted, looks slanted. This one's more of straight letters. This is my first time looking at this thing, Gibson Les Paul Standard truss rod cover. So the guy I got it off of said it is from 1980. I'm not sure how else that how Nashville. The new one says Nashville. The 1980 says builder approved. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. And so yeah, fortunately my my real Goldtop sitting right here that I'm going to open here shortly for you guys and girls. And this one is nice and fixed up. I just got to string it up. Okay, so here we're back on this angle. Let's open this guy up. So this one I bought from my local buy and sell up here in Canada. You guys probably heard me say that a few times already. I buy some new ones. Sometimes I buy from, I buy used. This one was listed for for maybe a month or more. And at that time, I think this was back in April or May, a couple of months ago anyhow. At that time, this was the only Goldtop And so I had looked at it, you know, maybe once a week, or was it every day? Anyway, yeah, just checking back on it to see if anybody bought it. And so I counter offered his asking price, and he did come down a little bit, and so I was able to get it. It ended up being, after everything was said and done, I told him I didn't need the case because I already had some cases here at home. But you could tell this fella really needed. He probably was in some sort of a situation where he needed to sell one of his prized possessions. So I ended up giving him an extra $100 for a case that he was also selling, even though I didn't need it. So it ended up being that I paid his full asking price. You know, I don't mind. This was already listed at a really good price. So this is the Goldtop. This is my very first. Sorry, my second Goldtop, but my first real Gibson Goldtop. So that one up there doesn't count because the. Anyway, let's focus on this one. This is one beauty of a guitar here. This one is a 2005 Gibson Les Paul Classic Goldtop. Now there is some interesting things that are going on with this. I'll explain a little further when I get it on the workbench. But what I really want to show is this thing is 2005. So what is that? 15, 16 years old, and it has a lot of check marks on it already. That some beautiful checking. I don't think you guys can see that on there. I'll try and go slowly. I don't know if you guys can see, but maybe when I put it on the workbench, you guys can see. This one has like, it's sort of a green colored inlays, trapezoid inlays. And as you can see on the there, it says Gibson Les Paul Classic. But this thing is actually wired like a standard, and I'll mention why in a second. Let's take a look at the back here. This one, I can't even remember if this is a full back, one piece. I think it might be. I'm trying to look for the joint line. I don't see one. There's a line here, but I think that might be just. I don't think that's the actual glue line. That's just part of the tree or the grain. Yeah, I think that's a full one piece back. And here, I got a little bit scared at when I first brought this home because, you know, I had looked it over. I seen the fret nibs on the frets here for the binding. It goes up onto the fret nib, or up onto the frets, like a classic, or like a Gibson would. So I knew right away that this is a Gibson. But when I brought it home, I was a little skeptical because in the back here it says nothing. Well, I mean, usually it says made in USA right here for those of you that have Gibsons. And the serial number, it didn't really match to my other Gibsons I have sitting here in the room. It wasn't a typical arrangement of numbers. So anyhow, that kind of scared me at first. So I did some research, and apparently the 2005 classics, there was a certain period of time in that area, in that time period, where they didn't print the made in USA. or the model here. So you can see here it starts with 05, so that's an 05 model. And further research has indicated that it's not a real reissue, this model, but some of them in 2005 they had a pickguard here and it said 1960 right here. And there are some the standards of the same year, they have the made in USA here and the typical serial number. So I was kind of led to believe my own sort of opinion is that this is kind of like a reissue, so similar, kind of like that, I guess you could say. But then one fella on a forum I had read, he said every Les Paul is a reissue from 1968 onwards. So he is true, though. That is true. Anyway, just a couple little interesting things I found out about this guitar, and there is some more fun facts and things once we get it on the workbench here. So let's switch the camera angle. Okay, so we're back here with the Goldtop. Have it up on the workbench. I have the pickups out. So yeah, one of the things I wanted to mention when I got this guitar, you know, I was trying it out at the fella's place before I bought it, going, you know, having a look over. I asked him what pickups were in it, and he said there's a 498 in the neck and a 500T in the bridge. And that got me pretty excited because that one combination I have never heard, or I don't have that in any of my Gibsons yet. Those ones are hot ceramic, hotter output pickups. And he said he just recently got it serviced, set up, and new strings and whatnot. And so that's what he had told me. And anyway, so I brought it home. Like I said, I already had this guitar for about a month or so already, so I already know this. So I brought it home, I opened up the pickups, and lo and behold, they are PAFs. Nice ones. But they are not the 498 and 500T that came stock with this guitar. Not only that, they're 2015. 0315. So February 3rd, 2015. So that's the lead Burstbucker Pro, rhythm Burstbucker Pro. Still has the patent applied for stickers, watermarks. Pretty cool. That got me, I was a little bit disappointed, to be honest, to find that out. But once I plugged it in, these things roar pretty good. I'm not disappointed at all now. I may be, in fact, maybe more happier that whoever swapped these things probably did me a favor. Not only did they do that, they added the thumb bleeders to the control knobs. The Classic didn't come stock with that feature or those appointments. Here is a bit closer. Can you see the checking now? Check out this checking for a 16-year-old guitar. Natural wear. It's not beat up by any means, and it may even be classified as a player's guitar, but it has no scratches or anything like that. It's just naturally aged. There's no relicking, no no extra aging needed on this one. Just the natural phenomena of nitrocellulose settling into and comforting itself into the maple top. Speaking of maple tops, there's the full maple top in this guy. See the darker mahogany at the bottom? Same with there. So this one has, you can't really see it in this angle. Wait, let me grab my light. So it has a single ply binding around the body. I just finished lightly conditioning it, so look at how nice the grain came popping out after you condition it. Remember if it looked a little dry there earlier. Look at this nice rosewood green. And as I was mentioning, see the green sort of inlays. I've seen other guitars like that. I'm not sure how that came about, or what sort of, if they add dye to that. Maybe you guys, you viewers, will know more about that than I do. But I actually like that feature. It makes it look unique to me. All my other Gibsons have just, you know, the white inlays, well, grayish white, whatever. Les Paul Classic. The headstock is a little bit aged. That's not dirt, it's just inside here, it's just kind of like the age showing. So here we have Clouson style tuners, keystone. So yeah, back to the pickups. After doing a little more research, I had come to find that in 2005 it was the standards, the Goldtop standards, that came equipped with Burstbuckers. So someone had upgraded these, well, not really upgraded, just a pickup swap, and by doing that, it makes it comparable to a standard rather than the classic. So that's the top. I'll put the well, first we'll take some readings, check the resistance of these guys, and we'll flip it over. We'll take a look at the control cavity, because there's another surprise in there that I have for you viewers. Okay, so I'll switch camera angles here. Okay, so here we have this is a Nashville bridge. The 2005 Classics came with Nashville bridges. Got some weight to it. These are just the posts for the stop bar, and the stop bar here it's pretty hefty. Also, it's got some weight to it. Okay, so we'll start off here with the neck pickup. So the neck pickup has a reading of neck pickup 7.665, 7.64. Okay, good. So we'll try the bridge pickup. Bridge pickup is a little hotter at 8.13. Try the middle. .95 for the middle. Cool. Very cool, folks. Now let's string this bad boy back up, and we'll flip it over, get these pickups back in, and we'll take a quick look at the cavities, the control cavity, before we do a sound demo. Before I put the strings on, I just wanted to mention something here. I just took out the bridge posts, and in the older days, Gibson, they used to drill these posts inside the top of the wood without using these bushings that are here, and then you just screw this in. So there's been some debate that these bushings actually hamper the sound of the sustain of the sound of the guitar, and without these things, the sound and the vibration of the strings are transferred via just the post and not this bushing here. So I'm not sure, how scientific that is, but I tend to believe that because I do have a guitar that doesn't utilize these anchoring and bushings. And if you want to stay tuned for that, that's coming up in another video. That one's a surprise. It's just as special as this Goldtop. All these guitars are special, folks. But the next one, well, actually, not the next one. Well, I'm not sure when I'm going to feature it, but the one I got recently from Japan, and that one was before the restriction of Japan Post. They stopped shipping guitars to America and Canada for a while because of COVID. But now apparently they reopened Japan Post. So for that other guitar, I'll go through that in my other review. But I had to go through FedEx, which was a little pricier for that particular guitar. But yeah, just thought I'd mention that. And once I get this together, we'll go to the control cavity. Okay, so here's the control cavity, folks. Has 4 Gibson branded pots, all hand wired. And the next surprise is, take a look at that. The nice big orange drop capacitors, tone capacitors. Now, back in 2005, both the classic model and the standard didn't have these ones. They had the smaller capacitors. I think maybe the June bug type, if I remember correctly. Anyway, but so yeah, that was a nice surprise when I opened up this cavity for the first time. I was also, so what essentially this then becomes is a standard with the upgraded hand wired 50 style wiring, large orange drop capacitors, and the Burstbuckers that are typically equipped with the on the standards of that year and other years. So I think I'm gonna call this one the Goldtop Classic Standard. I hope you guys don't mind. Anyway, here's going up the neck. Here's the back of the neck. Gibson Deluxe tuners, Keystone tuners, and here's the serial number I was mentioning. 053104. So I think that's more of a style that they used in the 60s. I could be wrong, but and what else did I want to show you? Oh yeah, the back. This is in fact a one-piece back. There's no joining, no glue joining. There is a line here going all the way down that may look like a glue joint, but it's not. It's just part of the grain. You see that? Comes down and goes down like that. Anyway, just a little bit of info on this nice mahogany back. Nice routing. Now, we're just about ready for the sound demo once I get these guys back in. And so this one I named Vicky because of the gold. I once knew a gal by the name of Vicky, and she had blonde golden hair, and this is what the Goldtop reminds me of, her Goldilocks. But yeah, so that's it. Let's get on with the sound demo. Okay, so we'll start off in the neck pickup with the tone on 0. Put the tone on 5. So the tone will be on 0. Put the tone up to 5. Then we'll put the tone all the way up to 10. Back to the neck pickup. Well, let's do the dirty channel on the neck pickup. Bridge. Go back to the neck. Hope you enjoyed, folks.